There is something moving beneath the surface for you today, Virgo, and no amount of analyzing will make it show itself faster. The harder you try to explain it, the more it hides. But by the end of this, you will understand exactly why and what it is asking of you. Tade's sky centers on one quiet but powerful alignment. The Sun, currently traveling through your 12th house of solitude and hidden processes, is forming a trine with Neptune, who sits in your 8th house of intimacy and transformation. In Western tropical astrology, this combination speaks directly to emotional undercurrents, old fears, unspoken grief, trust wounds you have carried without fully naming. A trine is a flowing aspect, meaning this energy is not forcing a confrontation. It is inviting release, gently, almost like water finding its way around a stone, rather than breaking it. This is the foundation of everything else happening today, so hold on to it, because we will return to it more than once. Layered on top of this is a second current. The Sun also stands in opposition to Pluto, that private, intense planet of depth and reckoning. Oppositions ask for balance between two extremes, and here, the tension is between your social output, your Virgo instinct to show up, help, perform, organize, and your deep need to withdraw and heal. Meanwhile, Neptune, that same misty planet touching your intimacy sector, sextiling Pluto, a supportive, easier flowing connection that suggests today's emotional processing, however uncomfortable, is not random. It has direction. It has purpose. Zooming out to the day-to-day texture, the moon is currently transiting Sagittarius, a sign that values freedom, big picture thinking, and blunt honesty. For a detail-oriented, precision-minded sign like yours, a Sagittarius moon can create friction. You may find yourself irritated by people's inconsistency or feeling like others are not meeting the standard you quietly hold in your head. And zooming out even further, there is a rare astronomical event on the horizon. Jupiter is approaching Cazimi in Leo, meaning Jupiter will sit exceptionally close to the Sun, its light fully amplified, its themes of expansion and luck temporarily supercharged. Cazimi moments are uncommon, and this one is arriving just as your inner world is already cracking open. Take a breath here, because what happens next is where all of this converges. Let us start with matters of the heart, because this is where the Sun-Neptune trine speaks loudest. You may have noticed that certain conversations lately feel harder to have head-on, not because the feelings are not there, but because you are used to needing a tidy explanation before you will voice anything at all. Tede's energy suggests healing may not arrive through logic. It may arrive through simply admitting something is unresolved, even without the neat paragraph explaining why. If you are in a relationship, honesty without overanalysis tends to deepen connection right now. If you are single, the same softness applies to how you relate to your own past. Old trust issues may loosen their grip, not because you solved them, but because you finally stopped gripping back. Here is the good news they did not mention. You do not need the full explanation to start healing. You just need to stop demanding one. That same theme threads directly into how you are showing up professionally today. With the moon's Sagittarius restlessness stirring some dissatisfaction toward colleagues or collaborators, you may catch yourself expecting a level of precision from others that even you do not always meet. The invitation here is realistic recalibration, not resignation. Forgive the small errors, the missed details, the imperfect follow-through. Professional relationships tend to breathe easier today when you loosen your grip on the impossible standard. And speaking of things that need breathing room, your finances deserve a similar look before the day moves on. Money matters today are not urgent, but they are not to be ignored either. This is a good window for practical planning, thinking ahead about upcoming expenses, adjusting a budget, having that unglamorous but necessary conversation about future costs. Nothing dramatic is indicated, but the same clarity through calm principle applies. Overthinking a financial decision right now may cloud it more than help it. Here is what makes today genuinely rare and worth sitting with for a moment. You are living through a Sun-Neptune trine that softens old wounds at the same time as a Sun-Pluto opposition that is demanding you finally rest instead of perform. Most people will read these as separate, unrelated events, but they are not. Your chart is asking you to stop mistaking exhaustion for laziness and privacy for isolation. What that means for you, specifically, is the fatigue you might be feeling in your social battery is not a flaw to fix. It is information. Your body and your subconscious are pointing you toward exactly the kind of rest that produces breakthroughs, not just recovery. Let that sink in for a moment. This is where health and wellness take center stage. If you have been ignoring a nagging physical symptom or letting background stress quietly accumulate, this Sun-Pluto energy is unlikely to let you keep avoiding it much longer. The recommendation is not to push harder, it is the opposite. An early night, a genuine siesta, permission to cancel one thing on your calendar. Do not be surprised if your dreams feel unusually vivid or symbolic over the next day or two. That Neptune-Pluto sextile we mentioned earlier tends to open the door to the subconscious wider than usual. Many people experience this kind of transit as deep, meaningful processing during sleep rather than restless nights. If a heart-to-heart with someone you deeply trust presents itself, current energy suggests it could unlock more than a typical conversation would. On that note, you do not have to process all of this internally. An outside perspective right now, from a friend, a mentor, or a therapist, may reveal patterns you have been too close to see clearly yourself. This is not a sign of weakness. It is simply a more efficient path to the same clarity you are seeking through solitude. Some Vedic practitioners might frame today's Saturnian themes of discipline and review through remedies like specific mantras or supportive colors, and if that resonates with you, it is worth knowing that any deeper remedy work, including gemstones, genuinely depends on your individual birth chart rather than your sun sign alone. What is universally safe, though, is simple. Wearing royal blue today is considered a small, low-stakes way to align with today's favorable energy, and the early afternoon hours, particularly between 1 and 2 of the clock, may feel unusually smooth for you. As this reflective mood extends into your home and social world, you may find family or close friends more forgiving or more frustrating than expected, depending on how much grace you are extending. The Sagittarius moon's bluntness can occasionally show up as directness from people close to you. Try to receive it as honesty rather than criticism. If travel comes up today, nothing indicates major disruption, but a slower, more mindful pace suits the day's undercurrent better than rushing. Spiritually, this is a good day to sit with unresolved questions rather than force resolution. Sometimes the most honest spiritual practice is simply admitting you do not have the answer yet. So if you are looking for the practical takeaway from everything the sky is offering you today, give yourself permission to rest before you feel like you have earned it. Speak one honest thing out loud to someone you trust, even if it is unfinished in your own head. Forgive one small human imperfection today in someone else or in yourself. And if a feeling rises before you have the tidy explanation ready, let it be true anyway. You do not need everything figured out to move forward. You just need to stop waiting for the version of clarity that was never going to arrive on schedule. That, more than any single transit today, is the real shift worth noticing, and if this kind of grounded, honest read resonated with you, you know where to find tomorrow's.